In today's video, we go over the newest chapter of Questism to see how a simple event in the story turned the tides forever in Soohyun's favor. But really quick, over 80% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. That's over 1,000 people. So if you guys enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. But with that being said, we start off the chapter with Choyun using his messed up version of Mana Drain on Kim Soohyun. Contrary to Kim Soohyun's Mana Drain, absorption method has a startup time, which is actually why I think Choyun has so many underlings, as in the past, before he became the peak of the verse, he wasn't able to finish casting his absorption method because he kept getting interrupted when he was way weaker, so people had to fight for him, and when they finished, he'd absorb them in their turn. And as Soohyun's life flashes before his eyes, he thinks to himself that he might end up like Kang Se-chan, which is a terrifying thought. Imagine spending all that time building up your strength, forming your bonds and fighting to better yourself, only to end up in the worst way a human can possibly be in, a coma. But out of the blue, someone from the shadows strikes Choyun. It's Soohyun's copy Cloud. She puts Choyun in a chokehold, and it's actually pretty impressive that she was able to bypass both Cloud Ji Kwang and Choyun's sensory abilities to not only touch Choyun, but put him in a chokehold. Following this, she squares up and fights Cloud Ji Kwang as best as she could, but inevitably, she loses. As Cloud Ji Kwang holds up Cloudy, Choyun interrupts and tells Cloud Ji Kwang to hand over Cloudy, and the worst case scenario comes true. As he chokes Cloudy, he activates his absorption method and siphons the life out of Cloudy. Like I said, I personally think that the reason why Choyun has so many people is because as a result of its draw time of his skill, he couldn't properly absorb people's life force due to them actually putting up a fight when he was way weaker. Soohyun finally gets a grip and he tries to deactivate Cloudy, but it doesn't seem to work, for the reason that absorption method is a higher rated card than Copy Cloud. To be honest, I don't exactly know why Choyun's card rank has anything to do with why Cloudy can't be unsummoned, but hey, if that's how they want to write it, that's how they'll write it, apparently. And he continues to siphon Cloudy's life away. Soohyun tries and tries and tries to get Choyun to let go of Cloudy, but he's simply not strong enough to even loosen Choyun's grip. Which is why I said in the last video, Choyun really seems to be the gun park of the story. I mean, look at this. Soohyun can barely keep up with Choyun, and Choyun's not even fighting back. Soohyun is so desperate to the point that he resorts to pleading and begging for Choyun to stop, admitting that he's wrong, and spouting all these words to just try and to get Choyun to let go of Cloudy. But of course, in character, Choyun doesn't waver. At this point, Soohyun treats Cloudy like family, and he cannot stand to see her in pain anymore. And as much as I'd like for Soohyun to succeed, System Absorption method has successfully been used. Choyun succeeds in absorbing Cloudy and drops her to the ground. And as Soohyun shouts and holds Cloudy's lifeless body in his arms, it's already too late. Cloudy's abilities and life force have been absorbed by Choyun. In a flashback, we get to see a conversation between Soohyun and the card master. Soohyun asks if anything were to happen to the Cloud card, what would be the outcome? And the card master tells Soohyun to simply treat the Cloud card as a tool, as utility, which doesn't stray from his vague answers normally. We then cut to a panel of Soohyun crying over his friend. As her final words reach his ear, rage fills Soohyun. Sorrow, tears, anguish, everything overwhelms him. But Choyun makes the mistake of saying that she was merely a card, and that's when it clicks. Warning, said Choyun's system. Soohyun pushes back Choyun with a punch. Through this traumatic event, he caused his own ascension, and in which he learns True Old Taekyon and a card ability called Stats Awakening. As he cries for his friend, he gains a second win and prepares battle to Choyun, with his stats increasing exponentially. And that is how the chapter ends. This chapter was a roller coaster, and as much as it was tragic to see Cloudy fade away, I'm glad that the West finally has a fighting chance against Choyun and his forces. Next chapter would definitely be an exciting fight to see, as it'll be fun to see how Choyun reacts when his reign is actually being threatened. And that's it for this video, and so yeah,